All right. Let's waste no time. We're getting right in. Of course the software can be played. I own you. Hello, Kiyotaka. Perfection. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. Timu, stop emailing me! But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. You need melatonin for real. I definitely do. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool you got from the headmaster's room? Of course I do. It's absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. It can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
What did I miss? I just started the stream. I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko, you used the key to open the door, right? Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. Yeah, I slept in. I woke up at like 8, and then I was like, this bed is too comfy, and then I fell back asleep by accident. Yes, it opened. Now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally, we were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death, deadly life. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. Kokichi's not in this one. He's in V3. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. And now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help take my mind off of it. Kyoko? There's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, I was looking up info about the school online, and I never saw anything about her. Yeah, on an AOL message board. I'm surprised people still use AOL. Right. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. You didn't miss everything, Chloe. I woke up super late, and now I'm streaming.
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting all these years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him, face to face. What is it?
So,
I want to sever all ties with him. I can relate to that. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future,
however,
but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather. They had a huge argument. And as young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I would have never had the chance to become a detective. I honestly feel like Kyoko was a good depiction of morally gray. That's true. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position would say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing I can never forgive. Really?
so
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. What's a gyat? I still don't know what a gyat is. I'm sorry. Thank you for the follow, Cortland.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, just to cut him out like that,
Wrong.
our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Makoto, did I ever tell you that blood is thicker than water? But do you know what's thicker than blood? Maple syrup. That makes pancakes more important than family. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood and not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, did someone say pancakes? A catchy that's one of the few lines of dialogue from Persona 5 that I actually know. That in the line of dialogue where Morgana says, "Are we just going to ignore that golden sheen?" And somebody made a meme out of that where it's just Sheen from Jimmy Neutron but gold. I said nothing. I've been thinking about streaming Persona actually, but I hear that game is quite long. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. Thank you for the follow, Austin. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
The other side of the door. Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back. Yeah, it's like Metal Gear Solid 3. There's a long ladder. I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
Oh, that's right.
Remember the hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... looks like we're back. I can't believe how long this ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of here. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. No! I need to talk to Detective Girlfriend. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might.
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time until we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. Alright, can't wait to voice Monokuma. Monokuma's coming up in a few minutes. I know everyone likes my impression of him. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does that mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation in Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind would let their guard down. There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us to go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. We don't really have a choice, do we? Monokuma should be in the gym. I love how every time Uni does something Danganronpa related, the entire fandom appears. A lot of people who follow me are Danganronpa fans, and yeah, they just pop in. Thank you for the follow, Sumugi Shirogane. Talk of Danganronpa, you get the ultimate cosplayer. Yeah, this is a replay. The furthest I got into V3 was meeting all of the ultimates. Which is likely where I'll continue when I resume the game. Kurumi Toho, my beloved.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. God, now I'm struggling to remember the name we gave the little Tamagotchi that we had in Danganronpa 2 when we streamed that to celebrate the game's anniversary.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe.
But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here?
Hey, Monokuma, want a Butterfinger? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
So what if I did? What will you do?
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed.
It's unfortunate, but fuck.
It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again. And this time, I won't leave anything to chance.
Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me say just one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right?
Huh? I lose?
hey,
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Well, you set up the latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right?
Hey, what are you talking about?
However,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right.
And in response to that unexpected development, you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But there was another unexpected development awaiting you. An entity would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did. So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose? You talk big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
why?
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that!
What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
That was right.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I'll guarantee I find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is and only ever one absolute truth.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared for another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. And he would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
However,
I feel like this guy would like Ace Attorney. I still haven't found time to play Ace Attorney. There's a lot of other games that I need to finish.
what the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. I imagine Kyoko is like, it looks to the camera like Dora, and just goes, "Where's the mastermind?" And a blue mouse cursor just clicks on Makoto. No, Monokuma, not Makoto. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what he said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Eh?
Hey,
Of course, you can just say we're all making this up. But you're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without providing your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Thank you for the follow, Kyle. If you want to earn our despair fair and square, then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what is this advice of yours?
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations and ensure a fair trial.
it's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Apparently, you're also the same voice actor as Venti from Genshin Impact. I'm not going to take that seriously.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? I need to get water, hang on. That's some good water. I met the VA for Monokuma Chill. I follow him on TikTok, and he's actually said my name as... He actually pronounced my name as Unkitty Lull, which I think is pretty funny. A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer. Of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept my challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Barry?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you've said might be plausible, but it would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
Does that mean you accept?
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself.
Thank you for the follow, Chiaki Nanami.
Let's have one final grisly showdown!
He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
But this is the long-awaited climax, isn't it? Guessing the killer is a barely fitting end. So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All the mysteries?
That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around at the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
What I've been trying to do all this, that's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school, then you win. But if you can't do all that,
we'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. Koalas are marsupials. I think it's because of koala bears or something. When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out. Hey, it's me, Nagito. I kinda need a lozenge. I'm just practicing my Nagito voice for when I eventually stream Danganronpa 2, which is probably going to be next week or so. But before we get started, I wanted to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
Hey,
I want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement.
You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations.
Thank you for the follow, Scab.
And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that.
Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would mean that whoever killed Mukuro...
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
What? Are you telling the truth? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden? Thank you for the follow, Brooke. My dad is addicted to lozenges. I mean, I don't blame him. The cherry ones actually taste kind of good.
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. Get lost, would ya?
Why are you so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Leave me alone. Get out of here.
I'm scared of Byakuya's ultimate punishment. What, his unused one where he gets thrown in a ditch and gets mocked by poor people? You're really gonna let me go?
I don't even care anymore.
I already tried to follow you, but I realized I already followed you. I love your content. Thank you. Even though my regular content is either just highlights from my live streams or memes that I found on Discord years ago.
You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper ultra special punishment. Overflowing with despair.
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. Hey guys, shoot. No, it's a fanfic. Byakuya's ultimate punishment is the worst fanfic ever. Should we do that with Elon Musk? Are you still doing Paper Mario? Yes. Paper Mario is going to be continued next week. DDR Saint. Tomorrow is going to be Breath of the Wild, I think, and Friday is going to be Miitopia. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Let's go say hi to our old friends. I really want to see Byakuya again. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Is this why, in that one spin-off game, you're just on Jabberwock Island again? That I actually own Jabberwock Island again? That I actually own? Ah, shit. Hey, come on, let's get back to this. Sorry about that, I had a phone call coming up. I had a phone call that I had to take. It was just my mother asking if I could put Netflix on the Switch. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't have anything to gain from a final showdown, do they?
So,
Hang on a sec, my dog needs me. I'm sorry. They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because of the one moment they let down their guard. Like I said. So when was it the mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what do you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves is so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so
They had to show the world something no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world? The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. Oh, it's a fan fiction. I thought you meant his actual unused execution. I still think Taka's unused execution is pretty funny, where he's on a parade and then he gets shot. Just like that one fateful day in 1963. All the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other. And show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for students at Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those to represent us, and those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and not sink others in despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. Hang on a second, I dropped something. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who would call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Is that really the only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you. And yet, that same motivation is what led the mastermind to revealing their weakness. What?
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this entire killing game to the world. Makoto, do you know how many children are going to miss reruns of SpongeBob and the Golden Girls in Miami Vice? I wanted to watch The Goodfellas. The mastermind is to be more particular than about their own regulations. Yeah, The Golden Girls is one of my favorite TV shows, chat. Same with Miami Vice. I actually got into Miami Vice recently because one of my favorite games that I played recently was Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which took a lot of inspiration from Miami Vice, and I love it. Has to be more particular than the regulations. If the mastermind simply ignore the rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least.
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves. That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
You sure that's Junko? So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all the proper rules to get me killed. Then they began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. When that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove that the world of despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
Kyoko, this isn't even my final form!
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their regulations. Because all that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. Looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. It took a small sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. Is that a misspelling? Is that supposed to say sigh? To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. Yeah, Kyoko should play poker. She's got a really good poker face. If Kyoko was a drink, what do you think she would be? I don't know, root beer? Kyoko brand root beer or something? Like kind of in the similar lines of water brand water. You seem totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic. Root beer, not root bear. No root bear. What, you mean like the fucking Aphrodite or something? The root beer guy?
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through would have been all for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. Robert! There is no option except to win.
Hey,
The guy who spills all his root beer and yells about it in a country voice. Yeah, that's Aphrodite. That's Aphrodin. He follows me, actually. Before we begin the final battle, we have to tell others what's going on. True, but we now know who our real enemy is. All we have to do is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Yeah, Aphrodin follows me for some reason. I don't know why, but that's kind of cool. Work together with everyone.
However,
Is that really possible? Huh? Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? Come on, Kyoko. I imagine Kyoko's walking right behind Makoto like in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. How your partner just follows behind you. Na 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 na. And suddenly, we were greeted with... I don't know how to voice this, so I'm just gonna go... Ah! You again. I'm actually seeing spots of light from yelling that loud. Holy shit. Did you buy me a turkey sandwich, Makoto? Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. I need my turkey sandwich. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. That actually hurt my voice to do. Holy shit. Thank you for the follow, real ass goddamn sword. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah.
is that Makoto?
It's our friends. I don't know where else I'm going to say this, but all 6 of these people are the only people that end up surviving. Makoto, Kyoko, Hina, Toko, Byakuya, and Hiro all live. Hiro, the only reason that he lives was because the developers never knew what to do with him. So he just fumbled his way to the end.
You guys! It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto. You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Alright, jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All of my friends who had struggled together and survived. Toko would later become best friends with my sister. And as soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. You hear that, Otis? You hear that, Otis? Otis? They're talking about you. They are talking about you. Get away! Shoo, shoo! And in a flash, my tears dried up. Yeah, of course they're standing far away from me. Kyoko had a fucking cup noodle in her hair. Gregor voice. Your jigging is up! God, how long ago was the... No, wait, it was like late March to the tail end of April, because I got sick during it. And we ended up streaming the finale the day that, the last day that Nintendo 3DS Online was going to be online. Which I think was April 5th or something. I'll probably have to do research after the stream. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have to access new places again. And no dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. And where can we go to find new clues? I know a man named Steve who's really good at finding clues. Oh my god, if somebody could mod this game... If someone can actually mod this game to, like, to replace all the character portraits with something random, replace Kyoko's character portraits with fucking Steve from Blue's Clues, that'd be nuts. And then if somebody were to mod V3, just replace Shuichi's with Joe's or something. I don't know the name of the new guy from Blue's Clues and You. Blue's Clues versus Monokuma rap? No. The only thing that I've seen, like, Danganronpa rap battle related was something my friend showed me. It was Chef Pee versus Teru Hanamura rap battle. And I fucking died. Not at the rap battle itself, but the fact that somebody even made that. You stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you.
Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. Toko, goddamn. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. Hey, Makoto. I just come to talk to you, okay? Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world. Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. What? What does Miss Cleo have to do with this? So for those who don't know, Miss Cleo was this famous psychic that you could call on the telephone from back in the 80s. The only reason that I know who she is because she voices a character in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Specifically, Auntie Poulet, the leader of the Haitian gang. What does Miss Cleo have to do with this? My god. Oh, psychics. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? My boys will be fighting with the Cubans soon. You must take this rifle and help them out. Okay, Auntie. Blow the boats to coffin wood. I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life. Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. There's no time to indulge in extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
It's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
huh?
But seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course it's not me or any of you. Then, who is it? What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time, and did what he had to do. Had to stop it. I thought that was a typo.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die. To be honest, Star, I actually do agree with I do agree with you. I like Mukuro a lot more than Junko. As much as I love Junko as a character, I just like Mukuro a bit more. Mukuro needs to be saved from her sister's abuse. But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, was a clear violation of school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. God damn it, I have to do this verification thing. Hang on. Damn it. Oh, dang it. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. The mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you? Very observant of you. I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again. Later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
about that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh,
Everyone?
I hate you.
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine with living here together with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. Oh my, the mastermind when Kyoko and Mukuro pull out. No, Kyoko and Makoto use fucking Chopper Bros together. That'd be nuts. That was my favorite Danganronpa thing. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and the school's mysteries, that's a pretty tall freaking order. Maybe this time... Oh, that's not Hero. Maybe this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together to everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries. That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave that little hint of his. Hint? Yeah, the 16 students.
I'm just talking!
I see.
Monokuma said that, didn't he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind is really the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have to set foot in the school, right? Then Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, and there's no way he would have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in this killing game. Then the mastermind is Hifumi Yamada. I'm calling it. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the beginning. Look at all these people that I miss so dearly, like Mondo over there. Mondo's so cool. He's so cool. I want to eat dinosaur chicken nuggets with him. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them? And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones that are alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't see for sure if that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said that all to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind is being one of us is also a possibility. And that is a possibility we can't ignore. I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say that's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? Did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was still active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret. I don't care how sneaky you were. Someone would have noticed you sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
Now the time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself and the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then, goodbye. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master! He didn't take me with him. Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream. Or coffee. You're totally useless. So, bye. Unpopular opinion, I don't actually like Byakuya. I like him, he's cool. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. You're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko? That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's true identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up until now, I really haven't been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been there, I would have died. Makoto, that's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been useless.
Okay.
So I figure at least here in the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was surprisingly in high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just the two of us. We can make it if we try, right, Kyoko? Probably shouldn't leave. So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko? Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
So,
That goes for all of us. Togo's gonna be best friends with my I can't do Makoto's voice. It's too high pitched. I guess I can do Nagito just fine, but Makoto's another thing. There are better places to take a nap than on the ground, Hajime. Give me your hand. Welcome back. It's over now. Ariana Grenades. They have the same voice actor, I know. Ariana Grenade. I'm not gonna get over that. Ariana Grenade, that's amazing. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Speaking of things I need to check, I actually have to text my mother something. check.
Correct.
Speaking of things I need to check, I actually have to text my mother something. Sorry about all that. I had to text my mother something. So, might as well say this. The reason that I actually take a break in between live streams is because she comes back from her work to get lunch here at the home base, I could say, and okay, and I don't really like to stream when they're here, because it might be obnoxious having to voice all of them. I'm afraid it might annoy her or something. But I just got the text that says we're probably gonna beat this all in one go, so... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a sandwich. Yo, what's up, guys? I made my sandwich. What's in the sandwich? Just ham and mayonnaise, that's it. My ideal sandwich is just roast beef and mayonnaise, actually, on some nice rye bread. I stuck it in the microwave too, because I prefer hot sandwiches. I guess eating nothing but Jimmy John's for like an entire month did that to me. Thank you for the finger heart, Eddie. Thank you. Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? We should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we wouldn't go before. No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth, by any means necessary. And with that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. Sorry, I was just taking a bite of the sandwich. I still can't believe that the mastermind might be one of us. That's what I have to prove. I'll prove the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. It says right there. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So, where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check. Oh yeah, Chad, I got these also I got these things from the local supermarket called Lay's Poppables, and they're actually very good. They're very crispy and low in sodium too. I've been trying to watch my sodium intake over the years. Where are the... Oh, it's right here. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. This is the second floor to the dorms? Looks like some kind of ancient ruins. No, it's more like a battlefield. Like a bomb blew up here or something. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even... The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even... That was my mother again. I'm terribly sorry about that. It's not even a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Money. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. This game is not as good as Super Mario Goes to Afghanistan. A giraffe. The room is filled with lockers. Must have been for the Hopes Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed in the door. Maybe that's how you got the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers used for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. You have to use your e-handbook to open these things up. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it. Which means none of us can do it. What's the Eye of Horus doing here? This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere. It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko! I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. I decided to check it out one more time. A regret? There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in Ultimate Despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. When I typed in the letter... Yeah, Makoto, don't type in the letter E. There's a website there that's filled with weird stuff. Thank you for the rose, Eddie. And we might get some info on the Ultimate Despair. There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know. The Ultimate Despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. The group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair. That's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. Any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. The Ultimate Despair. Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I shouldn't bother her. Oh, there's a strange gap in the wall. Is this some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something? There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze? There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. An open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something? A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up. But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is that it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. Alright, that's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this, jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. If Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko would have thought of. Or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. It's not that it that might even... But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to the computer monitor. Okay, the password is my name is O, and I think Captain Smek is great, and everyone else who isn't that is Poomp. 1. Thank you for the 2 TikTok logos. Have a great day, Eddie. Have a great day, man. Let me just type the password in here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared in the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko? Hey, Kyoko. I may as well have not even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy? That's what made it so unusual. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. I mean, we can't not open it. Okay. Be careful, Makoto. Why, do you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh? If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. So you know what's in there?
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath and took off the lid. Slowly, I gently opened the box. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside, but... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was inside the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined? Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones!
wrong.
Well, it's not like I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. It's pretty much the same thing, a dead guy in a box! My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least, it's what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? I didn't know that your dad was Captain Bones from Crashbox. The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So,
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who had planned all this out. In the late 30s, somewhere in the school right now. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here at the school. But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume. And most likely, my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. No, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. It was just as she thought. So she knew it was a possibility. But to believe that at some point, she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present. Huh? This picture. Tiny. Look, it's baby Kyoko, the next Mario Kart character. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet... to now find something like this. What do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself. To cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Mine? Kidding, by the way. Kyoko. Photo of Kyoko and Headmaster. This filing cabinet seems like the place you'd find a clue, so I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff.
Hey,
Sorry, these Lay's Poppables are just too addicting. It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
well,
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
and now,
If he couldn't handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. The headmaster's desk. Probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
because
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer, it's an e-handbook, right? And it has the label on it that says, in case of emergency. It's some kind of emergency handbook found in the headmaster's desk.
In other words,
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right.
it would seem...
It would prove useful that we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you want it, go ahead and leave it here. I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but... yes, Val. Kyoko's father is Jin Kirigiri, the headmaster. But, could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko? Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your father. How you're only connected by blood and not heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were gonna say? If so, it's just theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. This picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I've gotten myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what had happened to the headmaster. What was the dialogue I missed? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. There's no doubt the mastermind has performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster. Killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is one of the students. 15 of us met in the mail hall. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. And then you put Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. And everyone else is dead. I miss Mondo already. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. The ones still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Giraffe. Wonder if I can open this locker. Yeah, card reader. Yeah, my e-handbook. What about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Let's give it one more try. Alright, that's what I was hoping for. Locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. This is a crystal ball. A crystal ball? It can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. All kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's the stuff this was didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness that I may have had evaporated. What? There's no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagakure. This is our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? Oh, that can't be possible. And Hiro came to the school the same time as the rest of us. We were all sucked into this evil world. We never would have had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Locker notebook. Thing is practically empty. Some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. Looks like a girl's handwriting. And the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there. Words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here into a communal life. I decided to talk with the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate the superior youth from the corrupted world and serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew this was. I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? What she wrote completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk... Yeah. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, and scrawled. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Locker pocketbook. But the more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers, they had to belong to the previous students, right? Why am I seeing this? Are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? The notebook seems like it belongs to Hiro, and the pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. I have to believe in everyone. I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader, and nothing inside. Nothing inside. Nope. Those have been bolstered. That one has money inside of it. Alright. I think that's everything on the second floor dorms that I can get to. The data center.
Hey, Makoto.
Ah, Makoto, you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah,
So I figured, if all the doors in the school have been unlocked, that one should open too, right?
but
Well, I can't bring myself to open it.
I mean,
Because it might explode, right? And that really sucks. So you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Yeah, brace to a nearby desk. Everything will be okay, right? Okay, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into the door, but the door opened much easier than I expected. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. What is this device? Looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though. Like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it looks kind of like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So Monokuma has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit? Then could that mean... Okay, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Well, you can't just or whatever something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center? I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of the room next to it. Just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. The room we were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hey.
Give me all your donuts!
Is that you, Hina?
What? Aw, man, busted! How did you know? Hey, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup?
You don't even know what you're controlling?
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button.
Whatever you do, don't push it!
Aw, man.
Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it, and the control panel inside. I need to get water. All right, there we go. Got some sparkling water. Hey, Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now? It was Monokuma. Monokuma? What, for real? Yep. Looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from inside this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey.
maybe the mastermind can't yeah. Kyoko's theory was right. But if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from there, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. What if that is true? And the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. No, it's nothing. Okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
I mean,
Well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible. But I really hope it's not true. So, like, you want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. Can't waste all of our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door had just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it is locked. But why?
Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma?
Just a second.
No fair, you just can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving.
In that room.
As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are.
So right now you're being operated by someone in that room?
yes, indeed.
Correctamundo!
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there. We didn't see anyone.
Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch?
No way. A hatch on the floor?
Too bad. That was your one big chance, and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, the hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway. So whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted. So no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace.
He's gone, but was he telling the truth? That the mastermind was hiding in there? If you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Then, when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault. Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. There's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving. Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice, you got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See you later. Later, Hina. Hina took off at a full sprint. And I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. Alright, let's go to the 5th floor. We need to go to the garden and the dojo anyway. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
Am I so disgusting you want me out of your side? No, that's not it at all. I thought maybe you just found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have something, right? There wasn't anything out of the ordinary here.
A body has been discovered.
Give it back. Give me back my precious time. Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Tell me to calm down. You have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless. Good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. Raw. Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. On the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. And on the other side, there's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. That's it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. There's some kind of booklet here. Looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to germicidal lamps, which also provide an ozone layer for the removal of ethylene gas, simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body as fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and the alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, but we do offer the optional leather upholstery upgrade package. Is this the instruction manual for the fridge? There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of these things lately. Yeah, the ones on the left. The right-hand lights are off. Well, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. Biolab secret. And about those lights by each slot. It looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside the slot lit up, each slot lit up in blue. Another one of those victims is biolab lights. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Well, alright guys, let's count. Sayaka, Junko, Leon, Chihiro, Mondo, Taka, Hifumi, Celeste. Am I missing anybody? Let's see. Yeah, Sayaka, Junko, Leon, Chihiro, Mondo, Celeste, Hifumi, Taka, Sakura, Mukuro. So who's missing? Who's the dead body that should be missing? Huh? Huh? Have that percolating in your chat, in your brains, chat. Let's go to the garden. Your impression is so good. Thank you. Of Monokuma, I think. Is what you're talking about. Huh? It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here? There's still just the 4 chickens left. Honestly, I'd be kind of terrified if it were more than that. Monokuma just stuffs in a chicken he bought at the market. Maybe inside the tool shed. I better check just to be sure. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. If it's not here, could it be in the biolab? Corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in there. So, one other thing, that tarp. A tarp played a key role in the other case, so I'd better look into it. Yeah. Which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice before that there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says Biolab? And this originally came from the Biolab? Tarp has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. That's all I really needed to check here. I think we need to go back here. There's a stack of tarps here. Seeing a lot of these lately. Okay, I guess nothing for that. So all that's left to go to is, let's see, the map. I'm the map, 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 I'm the map. Back to the dojo, I guess? Why is everything... Yeah, I don't see any clues here, so I might as well get going. I remember there being something with Genocide Jill in the biolab, but might just be me. I think the last time I played this game was like when July just got started or something. Bottom, 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 bottom. Bottom, 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 bottom. This is the headmaster's room. Makoto, look, it's the replica sword. On his, I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? Byakuya's just like, hey, Makoto, do you want to see a dead body? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. He was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class number 78 student registry? It contains profiles for all of us. And Mukuro.
So, in other words,
apparently, class number 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room...
I see.
That's right. It also mentioned class 78. That must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers... there can be no doubt. Mukuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student lying hidden somewhere in the school. The one they call the ultimate despair. We don't gotta watch out for her anymore, she's dead. And that must be how Kyoko learned about it. It seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. But since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So
In other words, when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself.
interesting.
I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students, after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. Wouldn't that mean that Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. It would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh? You seem lost in thoughts, all alone. But I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information in that file that you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our class 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. It even lists her vitals. 32, 22, 30, 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? If you're asking me, like, if she has a nice body? Based. You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is that maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and you'll think, oh, could that mean... What is he trying to say? There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. Not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh? The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch. But my hunches tend to be proven right. What is this, like a hippo hunch? The advice is free this time. Take it or don't as you will. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. Yay! Also, again, I'm not going to be doing the class trial today. I'm sorry.
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASAP possible.
What, now he wants to give us a hint? That's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Pardon me. Oh, hey, Hiro. Ah! Makoto? Why do you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What'd he say? Why do I keep getting invitations to join random people's lives? And for some reason, why are they all like... why are all their names written in Arabic? Like, I'm... not to be offensive or anything, it's just really weird that every time that's happened, all of their names are written in Arabic. Hello, Violetta. How are you doing today? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hiro, wait! There's no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hiro? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? The last thing you see before you die.
Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you.
The envelope? This must be the envelope.
And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside.
What?
Don't worry, just get on with it.
Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It's the boys. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who had come to Hope's Peak along with the same time as me. Look at how happy Chihiro is. Look at how happy Chihiro and Sayaka are. That's adorable. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Well, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room, and we looked at that file, Mukuro Ikusaba? Then this girl is... Wait, why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And more than that, just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture. But what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone else was like me. Didn't know each other until they got there. But if this picture is real, then could that mean, could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is...
How long are you gonna keep this this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're getting in the way standing there, you know. So, I mean, get out! But I told you I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field.
I don't know what else I'm going to say for this, but... Ah! The good thing for good jokes is repetition. Chat. That's not true in most cases, especially that. That's just me screaming. Oh, what happened? Monokuma said a bunch of, his text box was just a bunch of, random letters and symbols. So I just screamed into the microphone as loud as I could. Damn it. Group photo. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real. So full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. What you doing in there? Byakuya's in the archive. Oh, Byakuya! Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya? I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! But of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the... Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposefully trying to avoid me. This is why people like to imagine Danganronpa as a happy-go-lucky anime. I decided to visit the biolab one more time. First thing I saw when I got there was her, passed out. Again. Huh? Toko? It's open. Oh, but Toko! Toko, are you okay? Oh, no. She's not dead, is she? Hello, Jill. Ah! It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold I think I might catch a cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will. Oh, was I asleep? I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me getting all excited, weren't you? No? No, I wasn't. Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? I'm not saying that. Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know, last thing I remember was waking up just now. What did you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga! Bazinga. We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. Don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because if even she totally forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory. It's more like half. Genocide Jack's memory. But all I want to know is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I slit your throat. Tomorrow I start school. I've been out of school for 2 years and I kind of miss it. I don't know, I'm sure Byakuya is around somewhere doing his own investigating. By himself. Okay, that sprite, again, that sprite of Toko is kind of, of Genocide Jack is kind of adorable. By himself? I assume so.
I'm on fire.
I knew it, I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't imagine how lonely he must be right now. Toko shut off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyway. I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. Go to the open one. The fridge, it's open. I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
Kyoko just walks out of the shadowy corner. She faints so easily. Kyoko! It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay? Sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize. Listen, about this room. Oh yeah, it's a morgue. Yeah, I suspected as much.
Toko must have seen and looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted? I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear. I imagined she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why has everything got to be so difficult with her? Anyway, we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea. Give me a hand with this. Toko approached the fridge, hands outstretched. That's Kyoko. But suddenly she stopped. What's wrong? Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body is inside the fridge? Just like every other time, the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The mastermind did it? Because they assume we wouldn't be doing over the class trial over again, I guess. You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. That's right, Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during our last investigation. I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm gonna find a clue this time, and then I'm gonna grab the mastermind by the tail. So what should I do? Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there? That's it? I should ask Kyoko about the group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about an announcement Monokuma made earlier. You meant the one about the hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Why not? The only reason he'd be giving us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Just standing here looking at her. I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. Ah, damn it. On the left side, there are a bunch of blue lights. Right side, there's none. It would seem the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around what the number of lights are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9. 9 lights? Biolab lights has been updated. Yeah, tarp somewhere like this before. That's the same one that we found in the garden tool shed. And if I remember, that tarp had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. Tarp has been updated in the Truth Bullet section. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Really? Jeez, that was fast. Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So did you find anything? I paid careful attention to the wounds and traces of blood. It is highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Yeah. They were, however, dead before the blast. Stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. Struck in the head with an object as thick as a metal pipe. covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only option is those other wounds, but the file said that they were old. Where does it say that they're old? Huh? All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference. The difference is immense, considering the impression that they give. You seem to equating several days old with simply old. But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds. It seems like they've been there forever. Not like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there would have been no way it could have had anything to do with it. But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What? Certainly you allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many? A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can. They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work, because using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Kyoko's account. So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier, when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then, don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake. Our victim in this case, without a doubt, is Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so. It looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Wait, are we not going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this? Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim. Have you ever heard of the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that? That's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. For someone like that, what does it mean to be so naive? I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Now, hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook that I found in the locker. If I don't do it now... Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask. Go ahead, then. Out with it. Have you not seen your dad once you got here? What? What do you mean? Well, you know about those lockers in the second floor of the dorms? I do, yes. But to get into any of those lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook. The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room. So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook. And after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that? Like I said, the locker's opener should... Oh, the locker's opener. The locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in the locker? Everything you said just made perfect sense. But there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster. About your father. Could that mean that video is real too? Video? Makoto, I think I have everything starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to investigate those lockers. Right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own 2 eyes. Let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can... That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker? If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD? And it says Class 78, Urgent Reviews? I found it in the hidden room after you left. I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now. But I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD. Interview DVD. Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble? So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is I'm less and less sure of everything. Even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind. But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly to feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know that he suffered? It's ridiculous. So there's no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow. That's it for my rambling. There's still so much I have to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean? Even if the truth you uncovered is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then.
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I'd better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko, and I should head into the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world, I can't afford to lose. Alright, so, no, not this. Might as well check in on everybody else. Hero, how's it going, buddy? Hey, Hero! Oh! Makoto! What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry! Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hiro, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I'd found. It's like he was avoiding me. Like he was afraid of me. Why? And of course Owie's in here, eating some donuts. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. Makoto? Sorry, gotta go. What? She ran off so fast I didn't have time to ask her to stop. Hina, why? Why won't you talk to me? There's absolutely nothing in here, just a normal empty cardboard box. Except money. Makoto, you're a liar. This should be able to play DVDs just fine. I better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
Keith Silverstein? God, Keith Silverstein jump scare. The voice I heard was a man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man. And also Mondo Owada, but...
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation.
God. Keith Silverstein, you are one of the best voice actors to ever grace the earth.
I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in the school? I accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up until now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad. She tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, I don't have much of a choice, do you?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Toko, Hina, everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in this school forever. And then Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her this question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitors suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Oopsie! Looks like it broke! Out of service!
It just so happened to break just now?
Now then, when, doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
Failure my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd be just be more of the same. He'd ask them a question, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh. But as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too. And when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect. Thinking on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school. And I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that? And then a convenient outcome. Something that seems to so obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or interview DVD has been updated. No! I knocked over... Piper, calm down. I knocked a coaster off the table. Those are just some coasters, Piper.
Anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually
Did you just hit your ears against the table, Piper?
Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. I will end it at the trial preparation menu, Violetta. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. Until the next game. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. I guess I'm the first one this time. You're early, Makoto.
Listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? For now, at least. Where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry. I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said... Byakuya! Byakuya? They arrived one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hiro? Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was the deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
you called for me, so I am here. Genocide!
I'm late!
I'm on fire!
I'm not reading that. Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
My beautiful scissors!
With my sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge at the shiv of the master of evil. But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys. If it's what master wants, it can be a boy, a girl, anything in between. I can handle it. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now.
Is everyone here? Oh, and wearing our gloomy Gus faces, I see. Well, okay. Well then, let's begin. This final class trial is gonna be slathered in pitch black despair, climaximum sorrow.
That's fine.
You're right. This is the final class trial. And this time, it'll be fair.
What do you mean this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know.
I'm being rude.
If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square.
Today, I'm feeling white.
Same.
And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Enough of your tedious drivel. Begin the trial already.
Sure. Let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below.
You guys.
So don't try and run away.
Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name of my family.
This will be over in no time. With an inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first to enter into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. I'm a man. Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey,
They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
However,
But you know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
however,
Well, you can tell us all about it soon. At the class trial. You're right. I'm ready.
so
Ready to win, right? Of course. I'm glad to hear you say that. And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator. No coins. I started making my way toward the opening. Hang on a second, I need to see if I can turn on something. Ah, damn it. I was gonna turn on a MIDI file of Love in an Elevator by Aerosmith, but damn it. My source of power is... Step by step toward that gaping maw, I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. Da 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 da. I pushed out the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body. And finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. All right, come on. I got the power back on, but no, it's just a... Na 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 na. I'm just Googling something real quick. Because it's been a... Ah, crap. You know what? Fine. Loving it. Without warning, it began to descend. Whoa, deeper and deeper. Oh, yeah. Deeper, deeper, and deeper still. Whoa. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. Oh, yeah. Deeper and deeper it fell. Whoa. Loving an elevator, living it up while I'm going down. Loving an elevator, loving it up till I hit the ground. I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound, too, disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site?
What do you think? Isn't it the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage! The always exciting final boss battle! And I'm gonna sit in this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat. Well then, let's begin!
That's gonna be it for Danganronpa today. Jesus, I streamed for a long time. But with all that said, thank you all so much for tuning in. Check out the link to my Discord server through my bio. Tomorrow, we are going to be playing Breath of the Wild and then continuing with the class trial. So, I'll see you then. Peace.